All right. Hello, Michelle. Hello, RP. Welcome. I'm going to organize my tabs up here. I don't know if you guys could see during the sprint, but my sister's dog had joined me. She rolled in a dead animal this morning, and she still kind of stinks, even though she had a bath. How did everyone do? I got 138. Oh, it's so sad. I'm almost done with this agenda. This is literally the first agenda I've ever actually used. Honestly, even in high school or university, I didn't really use agendas. Was that the best method? Probably not. What color do I want? I'll go with magenta. There we go. Oh, Kelly, hello. Honestly, you're not actually that late. I was just like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll do a writing sprint for this afternoon. And then I just kind of set it up and just started. So I'm glad you could join me. This is only the first sprint, so I'm hopefully going to have at least 2 more, maybe 3. I don't know. I have nothing planned for the afternoon. It's usually my thing. Is it Michaela? I want to say Michaela. You let me know if I'm saying that wrong. Just got here, so I didn't write during that one. No problem. You're here, and that's what counts. Michelle finished editing chapter 17. Here's sci-fi. That's your favorite chapter so far for interesting reasons. I honestly love chapters like that. In my previous project, Project Crow, there was a couple of the chapters where I'm just like, I've reread them, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, did I write that? I love that feeling. And don't you worry, it's all fine. Again, you're here, and that's what counts. That's honestly, that's usually me on a regular writing day. So there's no judgment. On my next sprint, will probably go and double check on my sister's dogs. I think she's just sad that my sister went out to look at plants and she wasn't invited. Oh, I'm so excited. I got this guy in today. I saw Kate Kavanaugh did a video on it, and it actually looked like it might be helpful. And I'm a pantser turning into a plotter. So I'm just seeing what works and what doesn't work for me right now. The Save the Cat screenwriting beat sheet, that actually helped me a lot with outlining Project Daisy. It was unreal how much that helped me. So I want to see if this one can help me with outlining draft 2, just because I feel like I need just a little bit of help with it. Again, it's my first time actually plotting something, and this is plotting round 2 for me. Same project, slightly different plot. but I'm hoping that it will help. It already looks actually really, really interesting. So I might even just, even if it doesn't help me write, it's still like, it's always very interesting to see everyone else's methods. And then I just kind of like pick and choose from everyone. And I hope everyone is enjoying a beverage of their choice. Mine is a massive coffee in my Baymax mug. It's literally my favorite, one of my favorite mugs I've ever bought for myself. Yeah, I can use one hand, but why use one hand when you can use two? I think I'm going to get another sprint set up. How does everyone feel about like a 2002 or maybe like, let's do a 2112. I know RP would probably be suggesting some sort of stupid number, which I'm open to. The cup is super cute. It looks like it'll hold a lot. I'm drinking some sweet tea at the moment. Ooh, so I'm guessing, is that like a southern states thing? Because like obviously up here in Canada, we don't have any like sweet tea. I think like the Nestle iced tea would be the closest thing to it. But my absolute favorite is like the Pure Leaf iced tea, the lemon flavor. It's so good. But yeah, I've never tried like American sweet tea, if that makes sense. Big Hero 6 deserves more recognition. Yes, literally one of my favorite movies. We need more. I think there was like a cartoon based off of it, like an actual like TV show, but I don't know. It's such a great movie. Yes, yes. Oh, what's really great about this too is, so I can't really show you too well. I don't want to spill it on my computer, but if you look at the inside. Yes. So right there, so you can, they have like the different smile levels. So for me, 4 scoops of coffee in my French press will bring it up to the lightly frowning face. Most of the time, my coffee goes up to the slanted face. Does that make sense? I don't know what I would call that one. But it just makes me happy. Like honestly, just surround yourself with happy like little things, and everything's just gonna be fine. Also, I was listening to some playback from my other streams because I wanted to see if I hate my recorded voice too much, because I'm thinking about doing like a weekly vlog type thing. I haven't decided yet. Don't hold me to it. But my biggest thing before was I hate the sound of my voice. Well, like my recorded voice. My voice itself is fine. And I don't actually hate it too much, but I did realize that because I wear headphones for these, you can hear when I swallow. So I'm trying really hard not to. Michelle, Southern sweet tea is incredibly sweet, but still pretty good. Everyone here drinks it all the time. It's somewhat of a staple here. Yeah. See, every single time I see like a movie or something with that is set in the South, they always mention sweet tea, and that's literally all that pops into my mind when I think about it. So I'm glad to know that I'm not wrong. Oh, you're in Ohio. Southeastern part of Ohio. Okay. Yep. Does anyone else do like they have to go through like the north, south, east, west thing to figure out where something is every time? A lot of people where I live think they're from the South, and the faces are such a cute touch. Yes, the faces literally just make my day every time. Like I slowly like drink down more, and it gets to like the really like happy face at the bottom, and I'm just like, yeah, I could stop here, especially because I uh, use a French press for my coffee. Um, there's usually a bunch of grinds at the bottom, which I like. I don't really like chewing my coffee too much, so I will stop around like the super happy face at the very bottom. If I go any farther, I will be chewing. Sweet tea is pretty accurate description of the South. Yeah, yeah. I think that's one of the better stereotypes. I don't know. You're in the Carolinas. Is it North or South Carolina you're in? I can't remember. My family used to go to the Outer Banks in North Carolina. Like we would drive from, so we live near like Toronto, Canada, and we would drive down to the Outer Banks. I think we did that like 2 summers in a row. Um, and it was like a 15-hour drive. Uh, but oh yeah, it was just so nice out there. The sand and the beaches. That was actually the first time I'd ever seen the ocean. Izzy, welcome. I am doing great. I'm a little sleepy because I've only gotten to my face on my Baymax mug. Uh, but it's going to be a good day. I have a really long week ahead of me. So I'm like, I got to get a lot of writing done today. So in that way, I don't feel quite as guilty for not writing too much for the rest of the week. Oh, sort of both on the border. That's really cool. Yeah, and I'm really lucky. I live close enough to Toronto, but I also live really close to the water, which for me, very important. And I didn't realize it was very important to me until I moved to Korea and I was in like an inland city and I felt very claustrophobic, like weirdly claustrophobic. All right, looks like I'm caught up for right now. I will change that to this and I'll start the timer in a second. And good luck, everybody. All right. Here we go. How did everyone do? I have some math to do that will require a calculator because I can't math to save my life. So 437 for the whole thing so far. $2.99 for that sprint. It's not bad so far. I think I need 921 words to hit my goal, I think, according to the NaNoWriMo website. I'm going to double check that. While I wait for StreamYard to load comments. I lied. It's 986. It was close. Got distracted. Facepalm. Yes. I don't know if you saw me leave at the very beginning of the sprint, but I had to go make sure that my sister's dog wasn't getting into anything, but she has just curled up like a tiny, tiny ball on her bed. So, bonus. I was not distracted though, and that's what counts. Kelly 639 for my mini paranormal story. Ooh, that sounds fun. So how many are we going? Like short story, novella? Oh, I can't remember. Did you take R.L. Stein's masterclass? I remember someone did. I have it written down. I'm trying really hard to keep track of everyone. No, that was Life with Angela. Took R.L. Stein's masterclass. And it was close. What kind of paranormal story is it then? Is it like a more supernatural sort, like the TV show Supernatural, or are we doing like Monster House? I am currently on outlining chapter 7 for my plot dump. I'm on my first plot point. If that makes sense. That does not make sense. Never mind. So I've kind of mashed up two beat sheets together, if that makes sense. So one of them is the beat sheet from Save the Cat, the screenplay version, because that kind of gives me some context, because that's originally how I outlined the whole thing. And then I've mashed that along with Abby Emmons' 3-act structure, because hers is very well outlined and she has so many videos on it. And yeah, I am seeing how that goes. It's going to be 3K, maybe 5K, hence the mini. Ooh, random prompt I found on Pinterest. Honestly, like prompts like that, I get a lot of mine from like Tumblr. And like the whole plot for Project Crow was based on the whole concept of like Prince gets a quest, but it's told from the perspective of the sidekick, which is the whole point of it. And then I was like, oh, like, what if the sidekick doesn't want to be on the quest? But no, it might have been a superhero one, but like a superhero story, but told from the perspective of the sidekick. Which then I was just like, I'm not a huge fan of superhero like novels. I will watch superhero shows all the time, but novels not so much. So I'm like, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna put that in fantasy, and that's what happened. 110,000 words later. But I have not checked on Pinterest for any like plot prompts. I may have to do that. RP Lenny, welcome back. What kind of alcoholic tea? Is it like the tea that you have put alcohol in, or is the tea, does the tea have alcohol in it, if that makes sense? Is there alcohol in the tea bag before you put the hot water in? Ooh. So the prompt was a medium who has a ghost show, shows up with a human problem instead of the human with a ghost issue. Oh. So part of the circus who travels around the world. It's part of my main story. As a fortune teller medium. But like his Philip Carney, he decides to learn the art of the con. Ooh. I love that. That sounds really cool. I've seen prompts like that where they're like, the whole ghost gets a human problem instead of human gets a ghost problem. But I've never actually seen it like done outside of fan fiction anyway. Yeah. Tumblr is a mess, but just like a chaotic mess. If you're not following the right people, it just descends into utter chaos. So yeah, good luck. I think I made up a Tumblr account for like my author dreams, but I never actually posted anything on it. But I get the notifications like once a year. It's just like, oh, this blog is 3 years old now, and I'm like, wow, I had high aspirations for myself 3 years ago. Ooh, oolong tea mixed with whiskey. Is this company that makes it pre-mixed? Ooh, I think, did you have that in a video? Because I think I remember you talking about that on one of your vlogs. Yes. Oolong tea is so good. It's actually very good for your digestive system. Very healthy. My favorite way to have it was just like straight up and iced. I had it all the time when I was in Japan. The 7-Eleven had the cheapest version of it, and it was also it was really good. No added sugar. I would say it's more, see, I like bitter things. Like I don't like super sweet things. So for me, it was delicious. But I would say it's probably more on the bitter side, but you could add sugar to it. Oh, yes. I definitely, because I remember it. I definitely saw that on Instagram. Oh yeah, that one, if it's mixed with whiskey, then definitely be very sweet. Oh, and yes, I think it would be very easy to down a bottle of that. Although I know with whiskey, the high alcohol percentage definitely should not be downed. My sister is texting me. Yeah, for me, I would definitely just go for straight up just white wine. That is the way I like to consume my alcohol. But I think like white wine with tea, I think you could probably mix that well somehow. Should and won't. Right? I remember when I was doing my draft one of Project Crow, I would, because I lived in Japan at the time, and I would get the cheapest bottle of wine on Wednesdays because that was like my Friday. So I had Thursday, Friday off. So Wednesdays, I would stop at the 7-Eleven, grab this very cheap bottle of white wine that was actually really bad, but I had drank it enough that I liked it. And my friend tried it and she's just like, what are you doing to yourself? But my whole thing was on the train to work that day, I would kind of brainstorm what I was going to write that night. And then I would get home, drink half a bottle of wine while watching a movie. And then I would stay up from midnight till 4 a.m. I would write an entire chapter while drinking the rest of the bottle of wine. Was it healthy? No, very, very not healthy. Not good. So I am working on not abusing alcohol while writing. Although, of course, like I still like a glass of wine with my night writing. With my afternoon writing, coffee or water, usually water. I managed to snag one of the confetti cups from Starbucks. So I usually try and drink a couple of those in the afternoon. Stay healthy and hydrated, everyone. Does anyone have a time that they would like to go for? I'm thinking maybe at least one more sprint, possibly two. My sister has her friend coming over and she wants to ask about working at Starbucks. So yeah, rules about drinking and writing. They're okay to mix in certain times, right? Start as you mean to go on. So a shot of vodka in the morning and you're all good. Yep. Yeah, you do you. I try to separate my like morning drinks and like nighttime drinks. So like I can't drink coffee after I'm still drinking my coffee now and it's after 3, but I will try not to have it too late. Not that it affects my sleeping schedule, but I don't know, I just don't crave coffee later at night. And then with alcohol, I don't want it until like after dinner. Sometimes with dinner, not usually. Do you guys want to do like another 20-minute one, or we could try a little bit shorter, slightly longer, not too much longer? Izzy, I don't drink a lot, but I do enjoy writing with a nice glass of wine. Honestly, yeah, it's just so nice. Oh, it's just so nice. Oh, I don't have it here because I took it to wash it. But my friend got me a really, really pretty wine glass for my birthday this year. because originally my birthday slash Christmas present was going to be her and I going to this beautiful hot spring in Japan while we were there. But COVID, and we wound up having to cancel our trip to Japan because it was like end of February, beginning of March, which was right when things were not going great over there. Um, so, so she got me a little a small birthday present this year. It's a wine glass with it's pink and it has like cherry blossom leaves in it, and it's really cool. It's actually a uh, like a family run glass blowing company like in Ontario, Canada. So it's nice. And she supported local business, and I got a really cute wine glass out of it. So I'll accept that. RP Lenny, 1810. I like, it's a good random one. Let's do that. Mm-hmm. All right. And hopefully I will get down to my happiest face on this because I got, can you see? I'm almost down to the happiest face there. And then it'll be fine. Everything will be fine. All right, everyone. Good luck. All right. How did everyone do? Up to 773 for the day. And that was a 336 for the sprint. I got, what, 200 more words until I've hit my nano goal for the day. But we all know, is that going to last? No, it will not. So I'll get that for probably like yesterday and today, and then I will just lose it for the rest of the week because this week is not going to be fun. Although I did buy new shoes, so hopefully that will help my back. So my back hated my shoes. RP, actually just reading, but I read 2 chapters. That's a win. I accept that as a win. That reminds me, I need to read a couple chapters for one of the people I'm beta reading for, because she asked me if I was still reading it, and I said yes, but I was busy. It's a lie. I'm not that busy. Oh, Mariana, hello. Joined a little late. It's all good. You're here. It's fine. Everything's fine. 300 words is pretty good, especially if you joined in late. Yes, I got distracted that last little bit looking up what sort of uniform Edwardian women played field hockey in, because I was originally going to have my main character. So it's a fantasy, but it's slightly based in like the Edwardian times, because I like the fashion, and that's kind of like the vibe that the story is going for, or like I'm going for the story. And my main character was originally going to play rugby, but I wasn't sure if that was, oh my gosh, no, give yourself those 300 words. You deserve those extra 10 words. But I was originally going to have my main character play rugby, but I don't know. It looks like it was more popular for women to play field hockey, because I couldn't find anything about women's rugby teams, just the men's. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Field hockey or rugby? No problem, Almayo. I'm always here for validation. Kelly got no words, but dinner started. I mean, food is very important, so I would consider that as important as words. My internet is mad at me, but it's fine. It's so fine. Mm-hmm. That should be our last sprint together. Don't even worry about how to spell Edwardian fashion. Honestly, Bernadette Banneter is one of my favorite like aesthetic channels. She's so great, and just her voice is just so soothing, and just makes me happy just to listen to her explain all these things. It's actually the reason why I went with the Edwardian time period rather than like any other time, was because I watched her. The very first video I watched of hers was the one where she made the Edwardian walking skirt. Even though like she technically made it shorter than it would have been in the Edwardian times, I was like, that is my character's aesthetic right there. So I'm actually having it that where my main character lives, the fashion is a lot different than the like the capital where the castle would be. I don't know names yet. I don't know names. Don't ask me about names. But they're kind of like almost on like opposite sides of the country. So the capital would have slightly less influence on them, and they get a lot more of their influence from the kingdom that'd be in the north, which is kind of slightly more veering towards like they would be more towards like the 1920s. So like slightly shorter like hemlines, but like still like stockings, knees covered, that sort of thing. So they'd be kind of like between like 15 and 20 years difference fashion wise between my main character's kingdoms, or like Daisy's kingdom's fashion and the Northern Kingdom's fashion. But because her town is closer to the north, she gets a lot more fashion influence from there. Long story short, Bernadette Banner is a wonderful human being, and she's the reason why Daisy's headlines are shorter. If that all makes sense. Oh, I watched her latest video, which was like 45 minutes long, and it was just so nice. So nice. If you guys want another really wonderful, just like calming aesthetic channel, I have no idea how to actually pronounce her name, but I will write it in. Well, first I'm going to find it, and then I will put it in the comments because it is just such a lovely channel. So, I want to say it's like, I'm going to pronounce this like a white person. Lidzaki, possibly. But I'm going to put her, this is her, the link to her channel. And yeah, she just makes such nice things. And it's just very calming. That was one of the first videos of hers I watched too. It was all over Pinterest when I was like searching for like the like fashion, because a lot of like the aesthetic that I normally take for my young adult fantasies is like the more the Victorian style. But then I came across her video, so I was thinking, I like her thinking in depth about with your story, lines of fashion, and where kingdoms and how they differ. Yeah, I was a history major, so I feel like I by no means I am not an expert at all, but I do try to like think of things like that, and then that way it's also, I'm trying to be really careful with like building the culture around them. And I know obviously like port cities, they have a lot more diversity and like outside influence, which is also what her city is too, because you'd have the influence from the north, and then it's a huge like port city, or like the biggest port in the country is like very close to her city, so she'd still have a lot of access to things that people who are farther inland would not. And yeah, it's important for myself and also for everything else too. I designed a whole world. Each country is based off of different time periods and geological locations in the world. That is really, really cool. I think Kelly agrees. That is, yeah, that's such a cool way to design a country. I never thought about that. I mean, I guess I kind of did with how like there's like a 15 to 20 year difference between like fashion wise between like the capital and like the Northern Kingdom, but to have an entire like world based like that is really cool. StreamYard is not showing Izzy's comment. There we go. The main country is, I would say, Magish, based off Greco-Roman styles. Country is, rainforest type environment. Ooh, so it's kind of like the Amazon meets the Greeks. Yes, I agree. That is so awesome. See, and that's one thing I really like about fantasy is everyone has such a different take on their world. And of course, too, when you're creating like your magic systems and things like that, there's so many different rules that like some people, it's like, oh, your magic is related to like your life force. And then in instances with like Harry Potter and things, it's, oh, you need a wand, and doing spells takes concentration but doesn't take energy, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just really like seeing what like how everyone creates their like their fantasy worlds usually, because that's also one of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of writing contemporary because it's real life and there's so much constraint in real life that I'm like, this is boring. I want to be able to make things up. So yeah, because for me, I read to escape the real world. I don't want to read it, which is why most of these books that are up in here are fantasy. I think one of the few contemporary books that I've read and actually liked recently was Red, White, and Royal Blue. It was just so lovely. Although, I mean, I guess in a way, it would have. It's kind of a fantasy. Again, StreamYard being slow. Not really. We put up this comment, but Izzy's. I then have another country called. Oh, there we go. Gretonia. I want to say. They're more Icelandic and how land looks, and they're based off of Vikings, which is so cool. I have a small little plot bunnies with another project that I will not be getting to, that I kind of want to base it off of like Viking, not mythology, but like yeah, like the like aesthetic and things like that, and the more like violent side, if that makes sense. Yeah, and Mariana, like fantasy so much more for the worlds. Yes. Which is also, it's really interesting as a fantasy writer too, because for me, I I have, because I have two different fantasy projects, like Project Crow and then Project Daisy. They're both fantasy and they're both high fantasy. So I therefore have to create two different worlds, and then I have to create two different magic systems. And it's just kind of like, yeah, just very, I have to be very careful of not making them too similar. Like, of course, yeah, there's no original ideas that you could actually have left. But I'm trying to not make them too similar to like each other or to like anything else that I've really read. And I mean, that's the best you can do, right? And then Magish. Magish. So you pronounce it in Grituna is the other one. Oh. All right. That is being very mad at me. So I think I'm going to have to end this here because I don't know how much longer it's going to let me stay connected. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope that you got a lot of words done because I got a fair amount of words done. And Kelly, enjoy your dinner because I also am looking forward to dinner, even though I'm not even done my cookie yet. Yeah, I'm hoping to have possibly tomorrow afternoon as well. But I have to work at 5:30 in the morning tomorrow, and then I finish at 12:30. So I'm going to see how tired I am at the end of it. And then I am so busy for the rest of the week. So ideally, I'm going to be getting back to a live stream on Sunday. So I haven't decided Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening. I will let you know. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. My Instagram link is down in the description. I solved that problem by creating one global world and basing off of all the stories and different kingdoms. Oh, that is so great. That would be so easy. Yeah, Izzy, you have broken the system. You know what to do. You have a wonderful day too, and I am always here for the sprints. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a lovely day, everyone. Bye.